if you want to be the strongest at the gym when you're performing, even though he did tell me that he felt less agile eating animal product, you know, he felt more flexible, he was quicker and, you know, more speedy when he was not eating animal product. However, he did say that he felt stronger, he was able to push more when he did eat animal product. And talking of food, I did eat animal product for, you know, it wasn't the first time I done it in Lake Tahoe. I done it just before I went to Lake Tahoe, but I was vegan, plant-based, whatever you want to call it. I hadn't eaten no animal product at all, no cheating whatsoever for literally a decade of my life. It took a lot of discipline. It gave me a lot of strength and made me learn the human body a lot more. Now, I'm not going to sit here and shit on the vegan diet because the vegan diet also helped me. So I'd be a hypocrite to turn around and say, do you know what? Veganism is full of shit, is all garbage, etc. The modern day veganism, eating soy, large amounts of soy and processed food is trash. And it's the same way for people that eat meat, but also eat a lot of processed foods, you know, crisps, chocolates, you know, processed milks, processed meats, etc. All of that is garbage as well, and we understand that. But going vegan allowed me to get onto my alkaline journey, and from my alkaline journey, it allowed me to get on my strength journey. And what do I mean by that? You guys are probably thinking, right? So before I went out vegan, which was literally about 10 and a half years ago now, I was around 24 years old. So it was probably around 11 years ago now. I went vegan because I met my ex-partner, not dating, my ex-business partner. And, you know, I started working at a shop for free. I was very into like the new lifestyle, green juicing, eating raw foods. And slowly, I got rid of my acid reflux. My skin started looking better, started losing a bit of weight. And then I moved to California, right? When I moved to California, I started eating like a junkie vegan. I don't know if you guys have heard of Crossroads. It's a very popular restaurant here in LA, but I started eating Crossroads very regularly. It's full of soy, impossible meat, complete garbage, horrible, right? And I started getting fat again, putting on weight, started feeling lethargic, started feeling my knees more when I was playing soccer. My skin didn't look as good. My energy wasn't as good, right? So from being a junkie vegan and eating at Crossroads near enough every single day, people remember with me and Dankton would go to Crossroads and we'd eat every single day, lunch and dinner a lot of times. So when I found out about, you know, I knew about the alkaline thing for a while, but then when I was a junkie vegan, I started to feel worse and worse and worse when I was living here in California. And, you know, I started to get into the alkaline diet more. And I've been alkaline now for roughly 3.5 years. So once I got into the alkaline diet, you know, I started feeling amazing. What is the alkaline diet? You guys are probably thinking, well, you guys need to research Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was a proven doctor. Dr. Sebi healed loads of celebrities, loads of high-end business people all across America, England, Europe, even in Honduras, where he's from, right? And he actually went to court against the American government, the New York Supreme Court, where, you know, they said that he had fraudulent claims and it weren't true everything he was saying. And he pulled up with patients and he showed all the proof of him healing and reversing loads of disease. Yo, if we can keep it just a bit quiet in the back as well, because, all right, cool. So basically, I started feeling amazing on the alkaline diet, right? Alkaline diet is basically in all foods that are not hybrids, right? So potatoes are hybrids, cauliflower hybrid, broccoli hybrid, pineapple hybrid, and a Hass avocado, which was made by the white man called Hass, hybrid. So everything I eat are original things that you can find in the wild. Like if me and you went into jungle forests, we could find the foods that I eat. Berries, strawberries, kale, chickpeas. Chickpeas is the only bean you'd find in the wild, in fact. So that is what the alkaline diet is about. And it does stem from the fact that all the things that are non-hybrids, when you burn them or cook them or eat them, they have an alkaline. It's an alkaline food. It doesn't turn into acidic, right? Just like even key limes. Key limes, people think that it's acidic because, you know, we think lemons are acidic as well, but it actually goes into being alkaline. And key lime is the original version of the lemon. The lemon was manipulated by the key lime. For example, so I started going alkaline and I felt amazing. Felt so strong, got rid of all the weight I wanted to get rid of. My energy was better. My skin was amazing. Literally being alkaline, I felt the best I ever felt. And I still say being alkaline, plant-based is the best diet if you want to detox, if you want to heal, if you want to get rid of cravings, parasites, that is the absolute best diet for you. Then I did it for a long time, 3.5 years, 3 years roughly to 3.5 years. And as of recently, I decided to eat animal product. Well, I got the idea from a good friend of mine, Roberto Jimenez, who's one of the best jiu-jitsu guys in the world, right? Black belt jiu-jitsu guy. He's fought on UFC Fight Pass, been a champion, gold medalist multiple times. And, he's in his mid-20s still, like he's still young. And me and him, we pretty much agree on most things, good friend of mine. And he was just telling me, look, like I agree with the plant-based alkaline thing if you're trying to, heal, I think, and I agree with him as well. But if you want to be the strongest at the gym when you're performing, even though he did tell me that he felt less agile eating animal product, he felt more flexible, he was quicker and, more speedy when he was not eating animal product. However, he did say that he felt stronger, he was able to push more when he did eat animal product. Now, I've been eating chickpeas, trying to go ham in the gym for a while now. Have I had good gains? Yes. But I did feel that it was a certain stage where I couldn't gain no more. And there was only so much chickpeas I could eat in a day, right? So from that, I decided, you know what? I'm going to give it a try. It was a long time where I was thinking about it. I was going back and forth with myself. Thinking bro, it's been a long time. How's my body going to take it? How's my fans going to take it? A lot of the people that watch me are plant-based because of me. A lot of my friends are plant-based. A lot of my friends and family do it because of the way I've lived myself. So, I was nervous. I was nervous even with my own body, even though I'm one of those guys who really doesn't give a fuck what people think. And I think as a man, you need to have that in you. But, I did it. So, I tried bison steak, I tried wild caught fish, and I did go and work out after that. I do feel stronger in the gym. I think I have gained a substantial amount of weight very quickly. I don't know if that's a shock to my system. Not all of it has been muscle. Some of it has been fat because I've been eating, things like yogurt, honey, and, just over consuming, if you want me to be honest with you, because it's been a while since I've had these things. So, I am going to go back to being, I'm going to be, eating plant-based majority of the time, but from time to time, I am going to be incorporating wild meats. For example, elk, bison, deer, wild caught fish like salmon, tuna, not so much because it's high in mercury, but sea bass, pretty much things that are not bottom feeders, real fish, wild caught meats that are not being manipulated, things like cow, chicken, pork, lamb. These things are being manipulated by the man. Do you know what I'm saying? These things don't align with our DNA. Even if you're a big beef eater, go out there and try bison. It literally tastes near enough the same thing, but it's much lighter on you. It digests way quicker, and it's the original version of the cow. So that's basically, guys, why I decided to go plant-based. That's the reason, guys, why I decided to start incorporating animal products in my diet. I'm always going to be alkaline for the rest of my life. Does that mean that I won't try things here and there that are not alkaline? For example, does it mean that I will never try pistachio in the rest of my life? I probably will. Maybe around Christmas, I'll buy a bag of pistachios and that'll be my treat to me because that's one of my favorite hybrids. Or even potatoes. Maybe I'll have some fries. I don't know, maybe in 2028, I'm very harsh on myself, and I think that's the best way for men to be. So that's basically, guys, why I decided to be alkaline but not plant-based going forward. I'm going to read some of the chats. Can I move the chats a little bit? Or, yeah, I don't have a mouse here, but if we could go up. There were some chats that were said. Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you, my brother. All right, cool. So let me read the chats. All right. Big up to Helena, who's in here, the first female that's in here. Hopefully you get some value from the stream. I'm debating coming to SAC next year. I'd love to grow, but I think I'd be more a curator. Jack, if you do come out here, reach out to me, man. Sacramento's not far. And let me tell you something, Sacramento's round the corner from Lake Tahoe. So, past week, I've had no processed sugar and carbs, and I feel like a new man. Harder to do it in the UK. Spain is made for it, in my opinion. Jack, in my opinion, refined sugars is literally the worst thing that you can consume as a human. It's literally just as bad as crack and cocaine. It is detrimental to your health. It's very addictive. It's terrible for you. It weakens your bones. It's bad for your blood. It's bad for your organs. There's nothing positive that comes from sugar. Yeah, and there's so many different ways of getting, you know, a natural sweetener in. You like dates? You can eat dates. You want date sugar? Date sugar, date syrup, honey, coconut sugar. There's so many, man. There's so many out there that you can replace with sugar. Even what's another one I'm missing? Maple syrup, that's another one. Maple syrup is another great source of a sweetener. Maple sugar as well, yeah. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch more clips like that, click here. Or if you want to watch the full stream, click here.